Shout out to Marshal Dlamini, man, the Secretary General of the EFF. This guy got bicycle him. This guy, you won't see him talking all over the place. Ngati Ufile Mbalula, the Secretary General of the ANC, busy as Shazalap. He knows his place, he does his work, and he does his work well. Because last time I checked, the CIC Julius Malema exposed that this guy is the one who's organizing everything. All these events within the EFF, they're organized by the Secretary General. And they seem to be very organized, well orchestrated, and very structured, and is doing a wonderful job. Shout out to him for destroying this journalist from the SABC when he was asked about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Everyone wants to ask about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, but shout out to the Secretary General for his powerful response, but of course also speaking about a little bit of the things that they are doing before the MPA. Listen to this.
The EFF is holding Provincial General Assembly across the provinces in preparation for the elective conference that will take place next month. We do understand that it has not been an easy journey for the EFF leading up to this conference. It has lost many of its prominent members. But to tell us more about what will be happening today here, I'm joined by the SG of the party, Mr. Marshal Dlamini. So talk to us about the importance of these Provincial General Assemblies.
No, thank you, Mhlekazi. Sibulise nababukela ekhaya apha eMpuma Koloni. We're here for a Provincial General Assembly. So it's part of the plan. It's part of the process towards the National People's Assemblies. Remember that we first had branch General Assemblies and branch People's Assemblies, where delegates were elected that are going to represent various branches all over the country that are going to the Third National People's Assembly. So part of the guidelines and the steps towards the National People's Assembly is that we must have Provincial General Assemblies where the delegates of the province are going to sit to discuss policy positions. You know that we've released discussion documents where we've got close to 12 different topics. So we want to allow the province themselves to speak to those two discussing topics, so that they can have a view and make a contribution towards the Third National People's Assembly. Because that conference is not just to elect leaders, but is to formulate a policy position and a program of action that is going to guide the economic freedom fighters for the next 5 years up until 2029. So that is the purpose of these delegates coming back together here, but also to plan the logistics, everything else that we need, and they need to prepare as they go towards the assembly. Part of that will be discussing the proposed amendments to the constitution of the EFF, as the National People's Assembly. It's the only assembly that can amend the constitution of the assembly. So this is an opportunity for them as delegates of the Eastern Cape, but as you correctly said, that these PGAs are all over the country. As we speak now, 5 provinces are sitting. The president, it's in the province of Limpopo, the national chairperson is Northern Cape, the deputy secretary is in Northwest, the treasurer general is in Mpumalanga in the Eastern Cape. Tomorrow additional 4 provinces are sitting as well, preparing towards the third MP, which is sitting from the 12th to the 15th of December.
Yes, we do understand that it has not been easy for the EFF. It has lost some of its prominent members to the other party. So I'm sure that also is a challenge for the party.
Look, people come and go. It's politics, they like that. So it's not an issue per se for the EFF. Those that have left, and that chapter is closed for us. What we are faced with now is to reorganize our organization. And what makes us happy is that all our structures are intact. All the 4,400 branches, they went to see their PPAs and PGAs. All our 53 regions, their leadership is intact. All our 9 provinces, their leadership is intact. The Central Command team, it remains intact. So we are moving forward as we are preparing to go to that conference to map the way forward for the organization as it rebuilding, defending and advancing its course towards the journey for economic freedom in our lifetime.
There are also reports that Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has been barred from attending the People's Congress.
No, we're dealing with the PGA. You know, those things that come from media and all those things. What they are not doing is that if there's that case, they should have gone to the same person that told you that and responded to it. And we're not going to, we've got over 2,500 delegates that are going to the conference. So we can't be sitting and be redirected by those that want to see the EFF losing focus by setting the agenda. So we're not entertaining those things. We're focused on the journey. That's why we're here to deal with the issues of the PGAs. What is the Eastern Cape delegates? What are they saying? What is their contribution? What do they want to see happening out of and becoming the outcome of that National People's Assembly? On the policy position, on the leadership position, is their opportunity. We're here to listen to them, and they're going to come out solid. As we can see, all of them, they are here in full attendance.
So is he going to be part of that?
It's part of what?
Part of the conference.
Brother, I'm saying we've got what you call 2,500 delegates that are coming. If you want me to give you the list, because I can't speak of someone, I think it's an unfair question. Even yourself, if I can ask you, is your colleague going to be at work tomorrow? What if he's not there? You're going to come back to me and say, yeah, this is what you said. I don't know. We're going to a conference. There's 2,500 delegates that are sitting in the conference. And Commissar Dr. Mbuyiseni is a member of the Central Command team. So obviously, as a member of the Central Command team, it's our conference. Everyone is going to be there.
That's what you get for asking so many questions, irrelevant questions. Hey, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, I heard you guys, you banned him. Like, what do you expect the Secretary General to say? To say, yes, we banned Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Oh no, we didn't ban Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Why can't you be patient and wait until the National People's Assembly to see what happens, to see if Ndlozi is going to be there or not, to see if, because there hasn't been a statement of Ndlozi being suspended. Ndlozi hasn't said he's suspended. The EFF hasn't said he's suspended. The CIC hasn't said anything about that. Why now, as the media, you're trying to conclude on things that you came up with based on your own? Pella, this thing, the media came up with it. It's not like the EFF fed these people this thing. The media created a story and they're failing to follow up on their own created narratives because it's crumbling on their faces. They thought they got the best out of their story, but they got the worst because they can't sustain the propaganda they started. So now they're trying to go to the EFF, the people who didn't even say this, to ask questions about this. You create an assumption about someone and then you go ask someone about what you assume about them and expect them to be like, come on. Sometimes they don't need to tell you anything. Sometimes they don't even need to talk to you. Who are you? They don't owe you any conversation. They don't owe you an interview. Like who are you to think that they owe you something? But it is what it is, man. I just hate how the media in South Africa is designed. It's designed in a way whereby the credibility of the journalist, the credibility of the news outlets, the credibility of the stories people are telling is questionable, it's very doubtful, and it's doubted. And I'm not saying all news outlets are like that. Some do genuinely report on genuine content where you can learn, see things from a real perspective. But majority of them, like, it seems like it's just clickbait. They just want numbers, they just want views. Like, what is your purpose as a journalist if you're not gonna break real stories, honest stories, journalism, honest journalism? Then why are you in this? Then don't be a journalist, be a politician, be a factionalist politician, be a political analyst who's gonna assume things. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a specialty like that. You can be that, but for you to act like you're a journalist but you're fabricating false information and then you can't sustain it, so you go and try to get the justification from the people you are assuming. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it is what it is. Thank you very much.